Hey everybody, Tom Barnish, Chicago scene in the West Town neighborhood. I'm at Kone Ranger. It's this pop-up started by two brothers, and it's a urban wear meets Western wear. It's something that you've never seen, I promise you that. At least not in Chicago, I haven't seen it. It's a great story, and here are the founders right now. This is Konrad.
Hello, hello.
How are you, sir? And your brother, Kevin. How you doing, Kevin?
How you doing?
All right, I'm doing great. This is one of the more unique stories I've done. It's Kone Ranger. Why don't you explain what it is, why you're wearing the mask, the whole thing. It'll all make sense in a second, but go for it.
Absolutely. So Kone Ranger is a clothing company that my brother and I started, like you just said. We basically started out of my apartment. I was screen printing, sewing, altering clothes in my apartment in college and then in the city of Chicago. We were selling all online, and we decided to make the jump to a storefront location. So we were able to open this place up. But a little bit about the background of it was I'm a photo major, and I wanted to incorporate my photography, my artwork, on pieces of clothing. To break off the gallery wall, to have a living, breathing, moving piece of art. And so I started to incorporate my photography in my senior thesis in college onto upcycle garments, which you can see here. These were the 6 photos that I used for my senior thesis. At the University of Illinois.
Right. And this is all you in the photos, by the way,
correct.
Right?
Yep. So I made each piece, took the photos originally, applied them to an upcycled garment, then went out and styled each shoot or each shot, and edited out the heads because I didn't, one, want it to be about me, hence the mask, and 2, I wanted it to be about the clothes. I wanted them to stand freely and for your eyes to be pulled to the garment rather than the model.
And when you say upcycling.
Upcycle. Yeah, we source everything. It's kind of a secret where we get them from, but we're going through and curating each piece. We are finding something that is durable, something that we can have cleaned and then alter. So we alter them with hand painting, sewing, recycled patches, screen printing on recycled fabric, then stitching them onto garments. There are all different ways that we try and make one garment one of a kind. Right. Transform them from a piece that you could find, say, anywhere to only here.
Right, so if you wouldn't mind grabbing a couple pieces, why don't we see some of the one-of-the-kind brands. But inside the store here, you do everything in the store. So this is your screen press right here, right?
Yeah, we screen print each graphic here. These are all photographs. So from our winter collection, they're all photographs that we took ourselves. And we burn the screens and then screen print the shirts right here. If you come by probably Friday at about 5:30, we're always printing, getting ready for the weekend. But yeah, all of our graphics that we use for our winter collections, or all of our collections, are our own graphics, our own photographs that we edit and print ourselves.
Right, and this is one of the kind
pieces
this is once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to create kind of chaps, like a double knee chap on a pair of jeans. So these are some Wranglers that we took, and I made these patches out of recycled fabric. So this is an old screen printed patch that we used, an old pair of jeans, some recycled camouflage. Just kind of meshed them together, stitched them kind of in a quilting pattern, added these bars on the outside, and then applied them or sewed them onto a pair of jeans. So when these are on, they wrap around your leg really beautifully, and like we said earlier, there will never be another pair of jeans just like this.
Right, and that's really what you have built your name on, is having one-of-a-kind pieces. Absolutely. Why don't we check out another one?
Yeah.
And you guys are also wearing your own kind of a flair there.
Oh, yeah.
You got it on the side there, and your brother's got, that's the map of Chicago on the sleeve, which is right up my alley. Nice work. So we got another pair that are uniquely individual.
Yeah, this is another pair. This was actually from our fall collection, but we added this paracord on. I was an Eagle Scout. We're actually both Eagle Scouts. We were both in Boy Scouts, and so I was always incorporating, or I've always incorporated rope into our work. And this, I wanted to create, the name of the piece is actually Duality. It's a pair of like tough, Kurt Cobain style denim with a skirt, like fishnet style skirt made out of rope over the top. So that's another thing about our brand that I really want to push, is that clothes are just costumes. So you can choose to wear what you want to wear. Our rack is not gendered. It is the piece. If it fits you and you like it, it's yours. It's not divided by men's or women's clothes.
Fantastic.
This is another piece too, where we took a tennis skirt and we added on one of our screen printed patches. And like I said earlier, I want them to move just like the skirt moves. So this patch moves as you wear it.
So were you a fashion designer? You said you went to U of I.
Yeah, I went to U of I, and I went there to run. I ran track at U of I, and I wanted to pursue fashion, but they didn't have a program. They only had 1 or 2 classes. Took those 2 classes, And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do photography, but I'm gonna tailor all of my photography projects as much as I can for fashion photography and portrait photography.
Okay, so you guys grew this from something that you started in an apartment, you did an online thing, people started buying online, and you also did pop-up shops, but you didn't do like the normal pop-up. You did do the normal pop-up shops, the ones that you have in the summertime and whatnot.
Yep.
But then some winter comes,
Yep.
and you decide we're gonna do a pop-up shop outside, which is something I've never heard of. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we actually just had one of these racks, and once a custom piece was finished, we tossed it on the rack, photo documented, and put it up on our website. Once this rack filled up, I was like, Kevin, we gotta have people in, and we gotta have people see all the sewing, all the stitching we're doing on each piece.
Right.
So we got to do a pop-up shop. It was a nice day. It was the first sunny day in like 2 weeks, and pushed the snow to the side.
We're still in the winter, by the way.
Pushed the snow to the side. We said, hey, it'll be beer and music. Come on down. We're playing chess. We're selling clothes. Like, come check it out. And so we had all this set up in our back lot, actually, as a back parking lot. So we opened up the gate, the fences, put up a sign, said, follow the music. Come check us out.
And the whole thing with the Lone Ranger, it's not by accident. It's not a gimmick. You grew up watching it because your parents told you whatever we watched as a kid, you guys both can watch as a kid. Yep. And it had a profound impact on you, right?
I had the box set of VHS, the Lone Ranger.
And you're all of what, 20?
I'm 25.
25, and you grew up with VHS tapes. Yep. That's unheard of.
Make sure you rewind them.
Yes.
So we grew up watching that, and he's always been a huge role model of mine. I always loved his directness, his the way he stood for justice, and the way he stood up for people that maybe didn't have someone looking out for them. And that really just resonated with me through my whole life. I've always wanted to be a cowboy. I've always wanted to live out on a ranch. But at the same time, that kind of freaked me out, wanting to be a city dweller, wanting to live in the city of Chicago, wanting to live in a big, bustling art scene. So how do you kind of make that into something? Here we are.
And Kevin, you also not a big fashion person before. Is this kind of just helping out your brother? You're like, I'll go with this. Why not? We'll make our parents proud.
Well, basically in high school, I was in AP drawing and painting, same with my brother. So that's where my art background comes from. In college, I played volleyball at Carthage College in Kenosha, and I studied history. And my original plan was to be a history teacher. Throughout college, I kind of changed my mind. I wanted to do sort of business. Worked for a couple of companies first, and then I was working in an inside sales company after college, and didn't end up liking it as much as I did. Konrad was moving down at the perfect time, and I'd always seen him. I've seen his journey from college to living in my apartment, and I knew he had something special. So I asked him, first of all, I said, hey, would you want help? Can I help you? And he said yes, and I quit my job October 6th, 2020, and here we are now.
Here you are in the Westtown neighborhood, and Konrad, is there other things you want to show us before we get out of here? I want to make sure we get, as you're getting those ready, I'm just going to show some of these shirts that you got on here. Get those shirts ready. I'm just going to kind of wander around here, and I'm going to peek in the back because I want people to know that you guys do everything right here. This is your big giant workshop. This is it. Sure. This is where you guys. This is where all the magic happens. There's some of the clothes getting ready to go, and then here's some more on the side here. You were telling me earlier about this particular model here, this sweatshirt from Logan Square. Or I'm sorry, was it Logan Square or Humble Park?
Humble Park. I've always loved camouflage. I love the pattern of camouflage, and that you can find different camouflages based on where you're going to be hunting or where you're trying to blend in.
Sure.
So I've always wanted to make my own camouflage. What we did is we went out to Humble Park and we found leaves, sticks, branches, only trees that are grown in Chicago. Took all these elements, went home, laid them out on a board, and photographed them. So we took that, did some magic in Photoshop, turned it into a screen, and now we can screen print our very own Humble Park Arctic
And these
camo.
are the ones that are not the one-offs. These are the ones that you're selling.
Yep. So these are offered from here over is all our winter collection. They are offered in small to extra large.
And then you got some more one-offs here. Once you explain these.
So this is actually one of the capstone pieces. This is one of the very beginning Kone Ranger pieces where we incorporated a photo of me in a ski mask, used that heat transferable vinyl onto a jacket, added some hand stitching, added some embellishments.
I feel like this would be something, if you watch VHSs back in the day, I feel like this is what Bender would wear in the Breakfast Club, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Absolutely, yep. And so then we've got this, another one, we added an Nalgene pocket that is also one of our screen printed patches. This is a recycled pair of Carhartt pants. So you can put your Nalgene right in there.
There you go.
Another camouflage shirt. Got this, got a pearl snaps, a classic Western with our screen printed tiger right on the front.
So that's like your
KR.
logo, right? Like that's
yeah,
one of your main features.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. I would say this bull skull has kind of been progressing. We've got it now to here, this is where it's at right now.
Got it.
This is kind of our main logo. But
It's an evolution.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And that's also really an important thing in our brand is we started, like I said, out of an apartment. So I wanted to be clear about our progression as a brand and where we're going. I used to be almost worried about presenting the fact that we were taking photographs in our apartment, but I realized that was part of our brand's story.
Absolutely.
The arc of what we're doing. And so yeah, progression is a very important thing that we show in our work, and I always want to incorporate older designs and reincorporate them into newer collections.
So Kevin, get in there with your brother. I want to make sure I see you guys all. So
Yeah.
for people who want to find more information about this, what's the best way for them to ask questions, follow you guys,
Absolutely.
or purchase?
Yeah, so our Instagram is Kone Ranger. We do a lot of our photographic work on our Instagram, and then also on Reels, we kind of show behind the scenes of what we're working on and how we do it. And then our website is koneranger.com. We have our collection on there for purchase as well as our Instagram. And then also the best way to get into contact with us is come on in, come talk to us.
Come to the store.
That's what's so important about
Right.
this place is we have an opportunity to talk with people and just interact in the most genuine way possible, and that's face to face.
Right, and we're here on Chicago Avenue,
Yep.
just off of, what's that street back over there?
There's Wood.
Wood.
And then
so,
Damon.
come
Yeah.
on down and see you
1821.
guys. And the two brothers doing their thing, making your parents proud, and continue to keep Chicago weird and genuine, which are all the things that I love about Chicago. So
Absolutely.
well done to you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is the Chicago scene here in Westtown, TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene, that's tbarnes at WGNTV.com. Come on, say hi to Kevin and Konrad.